about that backline access, about looking for that dive. LR have a bit more side lane options. Nemesis, keep an eye on his rise and how he utilizes it to play through those side lanes. And so far, he is holding his own. He did, of course, lose his flash. Velia using the power that he has in bot lane to secure the first objective of the game.
Really nice. And lives to fight another day. Velia still looking for a little bit more bot. Upset does have his flash and his claim. Losper gonna get the knockup, looking for the pulverize back. The Cataclysm still not under tower range. Velia though stunned up with a trample. Losper still surviving around more pin. Oh, the unbreakable not in time. Upset caught out by Nemesis. Now one more order would be enough. The concussive blows stun has been finished. That means now he can go to level 20 and his recall becomes, his teleport becomes empowered, allowing him a massive percentage max HP shield when he completes it.
That's a little low here.
Public execution, Bounce looking for the remount, can't find it. Skull nowhere to be found. In your lane, you want to be getting that quest stacking up, and if you do leave, much less likely to have it stacked at an appropriate time, but assuming you're in lane, assuming you're not getting absolutely stopped, you'll complete it around the same time as your opponent. Losper a little bit short.
The game is right now. You've got to take every W.
Massive W. Not just a minor one. Ooh, Losper going in, looking for the knockup. Rune Prison comes out onto him. Razzle going back onto Nemesis, forces him away. TP is coming out from Fnatic. They look for the seismic shot back onto Nemesis, and he's been abandoned by his team. He flashes the wall, but the public execution finds him. Emperor gets one. Reckless needs to stand beside his teammates, but Upset's on the chase. Shouldn't be able to get too much more out of this. Razzle goes in for another punch, and that's all it will be.
A swift collapse. Great setup from LR overall. Fnatic is too slow on the play. They're not in a position ready to contest this. You've got the Vi on the top side of the Rift, but I guess Fnatic are arguing, well, we don't really care that much. It is only the third dragon of the game. Small advantage gain for LR. And maybe they can trade it for a tower in the top lane, which looks like they're going to secure
it right that now. Tower's going to die. Watch the Crystalline Overgrowth. One auto on it takes half its remaining health. A couple more autos are enough, but they lose first tower to the Rift Herald charge coming out from Reckless.
Be guaranteed crits or the 3
if you were going to crit,
damage.
You get extra true damage.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to crit, that's the way that it works. I'm hoping we also get to see the Actualizer come through from Nemesis, one of the new AP items. It basically just gives you this massive steroid where you get a lot more cooldown, a lot more damage. We saw Faker playing it earlier in the day.
Ooh, nice collapse here from Nemesis. Looking for that Realm Warp forward. Emperor's going to get charged down. The Rune Prison out with the root. And the rest of Lost Retones are collapsing in. Bouse with his first LEC kill gets himself a shutdown.
A nice collapse from Nemesis, and it all comes back to what we were talking about in draft, that use of those ultimates from the mid laners. It's Nemesis that's able to find a collapse this time round, secures a kill for Bouse, eradicates that top lane goal difference, and the game remains in a very even state. We're yet to see any really big team fights come through from either side. The Baron is now an objective available on the Rift as these outer towers continue to fall. LEC around their performance. While Fnatic hasn't been super aggressive in this early game, LR has played it steady, played it controlled. We'll see if Fnatic can find anything as now Razzle
looking for Velia. There's the Weaver's Wall as well to try and separate the team. Reckless with the Glacial Fisher, but can he get back to his teammate? Flashes in. Velia goes in as Reckless flashes out, and Velia will pay the price for it. Bouse trying to get onto the backline. Emperor's already died, but Crowny and the concussive blows do not come out in time. Bouse now in the middle of 4 members of Fnatic have to flash the wall, but Losper's there for the chase. The seismic shove does not connect. The knockback over the wall. Bouse still dies. Upset takes it, and that's got to be Baron for Fnatic.
And just like that, the game blows wide open. Velia with the re-engage, I think, was a huge mistake from the side of LR. Reckless was able to flash out to safety. LR needed to disengage from this just because the collapse from Fnatic was so quick. And really the turning point was Emperor finding that target onto Crowny, eliminating him from the fight before he could really have any impact. Nemesis was too far away. Fnatic find 3 kills, they find themselves a Baron, and now they're in firm control of their first game of the split.
It's moments like that that really cost you at the LEC level. We'll see what Fnatic can do with this Baron. Have to remember, 3 new players on this roster. Only Razzle can upset remaining from the waves. Emperor dealing with Bouse up towards this top side. Bouse is going to struggle in this. Level 16 for Emperor already. 4 levels away from that max cap. The rest of Fnatic in this mid lane, pushing in, trying to get more of those plates. Reckless with the unbreakable wall will stop them for the moment, but you can just sit by this cannon minion. It's hard for Fnatic to play it away.
Now the good news for LR is normally, because the Baron has moved back from 25 minutes to 20, it's usually not enough to just end the game off the Baron.
True.
So, yes, LR will lose some objectives. The gold gap is going to continue to grow in favor. You have to be afraid of the Infinity Age already being finished for him. That is one terrifying Dunara. And of all the players, Upset still playing incredibly well. His positioning is one of those things that makes it very difficult to lock him down.
He's never died on Yunara in professional play. He has played it 4 times now, yet to die. Bounce caught out as Fnatic collapse on the Kled. He tries to escape, but his Upset picks up the kill. And with Nemesis on a side lane, Fnatic should be able to get at least the tier 2 here. Public execution just wide for Emperos as Nemesis does sidestep it well. Fnatic still pushing forward, looking for more. They go towards the inhibitor tower, and Velociratone's not really able to defend.
Yeah, I was saying that I didn't expect Fnatic to get much more off the back of this Baron, but they found a quick pick. They get 2 towers. Now that gold gap has ballooned to 5.2k. The Dragon secured as well.
The Baron themselves, they've been able to extricate themselves from their own jungle and walk a little bit further up on the Rift. It seems like Fnatic are willing just to keep the game slow. It's like Drake is up in 10 seconds. We can play around that. We can look for collapses in mid as well as Upset. Stepping forward here, the Weaver's Wall from Vladdy. They'll go for Crownie, who flashes away, but you can't dodge that. Vladdy and Razork team up perfectly. Velia now on the wrong side of the Rift, needs to get himself out of here, but where's he gonna go? Everywhere here is behind enemy lines. Vladdy on the chase will get the slow with the Rylai's, a seismic shove, and a very dead Jarvan.
It was a really nice sequence from Fnatic because they pushed both side lanes while LR grouped up to contest Vision in the river. And then once LR had moved back to answer these sideway pushes, Crownie was a target in the mid lane, and Fnatic collapsed swiftly and effectively to get the flash out from Crownie, to get the pick onto
Vladdy gets the slow with the threaded volley, and that's enough. And it's Baron for Fnatic. GA for Razork is his 3rd item. 4 completed for Vladdy, 4.5 for Upset. Fnatic are in such a strong position. Almost 2k leads on their mid jungle and AD carry right now.
I mean, a very clean performance overall from Fnatic. Question marks were surrounding these roster changes and what this team was going to look like. The draft looked very similar to the Fnatic that we're used to, but the execution, very controlled, very clean, very well executed so far in this game.
John Constantine coming in the YouTube chat saying it's Fnatic's year. Let's not be hasty, okay? We've seen this before. We've seen them top the regular season and then struggle to make an impact in playoffs. But here in this game, it is definitely theirs to lose as Emperos is jumped on by Velia, but isn't taking any damage. Razork on the bounce as Losper dives onto the backline. Glacial Fisher coming out as well. Bounce has to flash away. Losper able to survive the cease and desist coming out as they dive onto Nemesis. He's caught up, forced away by Upset, and forced back to the fountain by Fnatic. A 10k lead almost now for Fnatic as Upset. He just doesn't need to stop. There's the 10. And with an inhibitor down in the bot lane, Fnatic are looking to dot the I's and cross the T's and close this one out.
A one-sided affair as Fnatic open the LEC with a strong performance. Baus is quick to follow. Upset remains deathless on his Yunara as they look to close this one out in 32 minutes.
Yeah, not really much Velia and Reckless can do, but watch as Fnatic take the Nexus. Almost, hey, they do take their lives on the fountain. 1-0 Fnatic as they close out the first game of LEC Versus.
So when let's say you're now playing GX's composition, you're the one playing mid lane and you're Jackie.
Shouting at grabs, being like, how did you get outdrafted like this again?
And most likely around here. And
yep.
Usually you are pretty safe.
Well, you're not safe at all as they manage. Oh, shockwave flash from Jackie. Flash away from Nuke. Isma going in for the flash. Look at that knocker with the Q3. Trimby across with a heal. And now Isma needs to get out, but he can't get anywhere. First blood to Shifters.
That was...
Oh, Shifters coming out on the right side of that trade. And I will say we've got one last minute with you, Vladdy. If you were to predict the outcome of this game from here, very difficult ask. Who do you think is going to win? Why do you think they're going to win?
Yeah,
Brazil.
I mean,
and you've had a lot of success over on BKS, representing them at the World Championship. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map.
Yeah, a lot being forced to flash away here, but Nuke with a flash, Emperor's Divide. Bukado on the board again with his second. No, I didn't. I like lane swaps, you know? I was on your side.
Oh, you liked lane swaps?
I like lane swaps. They were fun
really?
At times.
At times.
At other times, they were very boring.
I feel like all you're implying is that you really don't like top laners.
Yeah.
And that you do have an issue
top
with
laners
top
are broken, actually, as Rooster and Lot. Oh, flash forward into the all-out. Look at the trade here onto Lot, who tries to dodge his way away. He has the scrap shield. Will it be enough health? I do not think so, as Rooster
arrives to force GX away. This tower is now up for grabs on the top side. Trimmy needs to be careful, though.
It goes forward. Cosmic Binding doesn't connect. Gets knocked up with the Q3. Doesn't have the binding. And a killer instinct from Noah will secure the first kill of 2026 Go for for this Giants. Essence Reaver for that. A little bit of extra damage from the Sheen procs as opposed to where it used to be. Jun and Isma teaming up to get a little bit of vision towards this blue side. Drake's still 90 seconds away, though, so likely to be cleared out by Shifters. Nuke could look for the slide and glide here. Goes towards Jackie's, gets him back into his team. The Shockwave buys him a second, but not enough time to survive. Tempered Fate with the follow-up. Isma goes golden, but he's taken out by Nuke. A double for the Azir now, who is well and truly rolling, as Trimby and Bukada are rolling for a little bit more. Good Cosmic Binding finds the stun. Jun's going to try and dodge his way away. A grand exit from him with that grand entrance, the heal from the movement speed and the flash invested. Trimby having a bit of a magical journey there to chase his enemy support out of the lane. And meanwhile, Nuke takes the tower, and we see second item here for Nuke after the Nash's Tooth, a Dusk and Dawn Betty. Very powerful item, seeing it a lot.
And I mean, it synergizes really nicely with that Nash's, specifically as you are highlighting. The Dragon now being started off, the third one of the game. Could put Shifters on Soul Point.
How does Giant X walk in here? It's
They
so
have to go
tricky.
through Rooster.
They're going to look to force Trimby out with that magical journey. Tempered Fate available. There's the equalizer from Lot, the knockup from Jun. Trimby low. Tempered Fate coming out, tries to heal himself through the Ignite, but can't do it. Gets the Cosmic Binding off in time, though, and that forces Jackie's low. Rooster takes one as Isma, as Paddock actually gets the kill onto Isma. Bukada forced low down towards the bottom side. Killer instinct in by Noah. He'll find his enemy AD carry to dive in from Nuke and Emperor's Divide back. The Dragon secured by Shifters, but Noah is on a rampage. He's looking for more. Dives in with that supercharger. Finds another. Noah cleans it up with a triple and 2 shutdowns out of it.
It's an ace for Giant X as the fight was simply sloppy. Another pick onto Rooster, and then he's able to take out Nuke with the help of Jackie.
I mean, it used to be if you sold boots, you could get there. Noah diving in onto Trimby. Doesn't have the damage that he's expecting. Cosmic Binding going down into a double Tempered Fate. Bukada looking for something, but he walks straight into the quickness and is immediately charmed up and taken out. Jun now needs to dash back to Noah. Nuke looking for the slide and glide in, but the supercharger away. They'll go forward. Rooster flashing forward. The knockup of the Nuke is enough to take him out. Noah will fall, though. Rooster the one to pick up that kill. As Giant X collapse 4v2 now. Paddock's trying to make his way across to make it a 4v3, but Rooster's already gone. And again, the numbers are not in Shifter's favor. Trimby forced away, forced down, forced back to the fountain. Giant X clean up the fight on this Ezreal, who's got the Manamune and the Essence Reaver. Shifters will use the Crystalline Overgrowth there to crack through this tier 1 in the mid lane. Jackie's on the chase. Jun looking for a little bit as well, but it's just a Gleaming Quill to heal himself up a tad. Tempered Fate there onto Jackie, who does have flash and has the Zonyas, but isn't going to get a chance to use either of them in time. Taken out, and that's the risk that comes from these low mobility mids. Medjay stacks down to 0 as Shifters try and gain control of this bot side river.
They have used 3 ultimates for that single pick, though. Noah is the target they have to be most afraid of. Lot very close. The slow from the Bard connects.
Let's start pulling this Drake up towards the top side of this river. Lot trying to get a flank position. Trimby misses the Cosmic Binding. Equalizer on the backline. Paddock can just dodge away from it. Nuke down to 2/3 HP. Noah stepping forward. Bukada looking for the smite here. 1.4k, and he went to 1 HP. And the quickness dives onto the backline. The Crescent Guard as well from Isma. Emperor's Divide from Nuke, but a killer instinct out by Noah. Still finds the kill. Giant X have lost a couple. Shifters are going to look for more. Noah needs to get out of here. Has the flash. No ghost for him. Will flash the wall, but not. He dashes forward himself and gets the double and ace. In the end, delayed as Jackie's comes back. The shockwave from Jackie's not enough. Paddock in the face of Ori. Walk his way away. Exhaust used and TPs from either side. And Shifters just happily dash
Looks
away
like
from the
we are not
fight.
waiting for the next Dragon Medic.
I mean, I think we might be.
No, we are not.
I don't know. Rooster's going to go in. They look for a lot as Trimby dives forward as well. Isma diving onto the backline. Bukada unable to get in there. Paddock gets one. Isma and Noah's going to answer with the kill onto Trimby. Rooster needs to get the hell out of dodge because Isma's still so healthy. And Rooster down to a 3rd HP, able to escape for now.
The shockwave was
Yeah,
used
towards it. Now Trimby has started up, puts the control ward down. As you say, it's fast. Noah all the way down on the Chem Drake, but we'll be able to join with the killer instinct. That Baron is already down to 9,000, 6,000, 5,000. Isma, he's in a Tempered Fate. needs to temper expectations about trying to steal this Baron away from Shifters. They secure it, and they could even look to try and contest around the Drake if they wanted. They'll decide against it. Nuke's just going to clear out top.
Yeah, I mean, GX kind of chose the middle option where they tried to go back and contest. I think the good news for them is that Shifters aren't really in a position to move down and contest this dragon. It would take too much time. So I think Shifters just pushed out mid lane. Nuke has pushed out top. They want to keep this going, though. Oh, actually, Noah's been spotted on the bot side of the map. They have plenty of time now.
It's 2 tier 2s. Easy push for Shifters. Good call to not try and contest the Drake instead. Get this extra gold into your pockets. Again, the pendulum swims into their favor. About 1,000 gold, the lead now for Shifters.
They have that full control now over the bot side of the jungle. These cannon waves are doing a lot of work. You just need to kind of let them get a couple hits. Like, look at that. You're just kind of chipping away at that mid tower.
Noah
GX
going
is too
in.
focused on the bot side. That tower's going to drop.
You see the TP coming out from Rooster. That's Noah who's supercharged towards them. And Rooster decides to call the play. Jackie's again holds the flash. The Temper Fate coming out. He's going to use that stopwatch and Emperor's Divide, trying to get everyone off the back of the team. Giant X have already lost 2. As we see Shifters continue the advance. They've lost Bukada, but it doesn't really matter because Giant X cannot keep them at bay. No ultimates available to them anymore. And Shifters will crack open the base of Giant X. They might just look for the win here. 40 seconds on Jackie's, 20 on Jun. They've got double cannons, but now they have no minions to stand in front of them, which means they cannot stand in that tower range. Otherwise, they'll take a couple of shots. The next wave arrives now.
Baron just wore off, though.
It's all on Noah to try and defend this. Isma trying to come in from the side as well, but look at how much damage Noah does to Rooster. The answer is not much at all. Noah dodging to the side with the supercharge, but Shifters just focus their attention on the Nexus. Nuke falling low. Trimby and Pado trying to take it. Trimby needs to get the autos off, but they can't! Giant X defend!
Wait, they can just run mid!
No,
can they end?
They can't end.
Look
from
at the
this.
death timers!
Bukada's up.
But that's
There's
it!
no way they can
45
end.
seconds, Fnatic!
Oh my god,
45
Shifters!
seconds! They've
Oh my god!
Have they really just thrown the game?
Like, I don't care who wins, but what a demoralizing way to lose, man!
This is what peak LEC looks like,
Cyclone
Fnatic!
to clear the wave. Will manage to do so. He dies. Jackie tanks a tower shot. What we got in mid? What we got in mid?
No,
But
death
we've still
timers,
got a tier 2.
20 seconds. It's
20
not enough.
seconds.
It's not enough.
No, it's not. Okay. Okay, take a breath, Shifters fans. It is not BDSM. You're not
Wait,
getting
am I
punched
wrong?
down. No,
Am I
Trimby is
wrong?
up. No, maybe they can lose. 1 second on Trimby, he's up. Nuke in 7.
You've got all the towers. You've got all the
Temper Fate.
towers.
He has all the towers. Did you save any? There we go. Nuke is up
1
in
second.
1. Here's the Azir. The Emperor trying to hold the game. True shot barrage onto Jackie's, and Jackie's is dead. Crescent guard out as they dive on the paddock. Glove falling low. Isma! 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 Giant X!
Engages, I should say, that they are looking for. On paper, I kind of do prefer Heretic's composition, but similarly to what we saw in the last game when you have Azir,
That one.
Village going to secure an uncontested dragon.
Nicely done by him. Has
The
that level.
Azir wall, while it did not connect, it still resulted. Oh, hang on a
Shale
minute.
with a Cyclone. Village went in for this play. Tries to go invisible again. Shale with a great flash into another Cyclone. Needs to bring down the star. Can't quite get it. Village, though, in the grubs, will be taken out by Trace and Maitner. Answers with one of his own. In the end, both the junglers do go down.
Poby would be able to assist him quicker. In the end, though, it ends up just being a 1-for-1 with First Blood going the way of Heretics.
Yeah, Trayson picking that one up will be happy enough. Quickness coming out from Paris as Stend remounts, gets Charm, gets the knockback, but there's the grand entrance for the knock up. And Stend is exhausted and taken out. Can't flash out of that one. Samdi looking for a little bit of time, I'll be honest. Relech looking up towards the top side. Maitner flashes for the slow. Trayson does have a flash of his own, will use it to dodge the stun, but Relech goes back in with a supreme display of talent, gets a knock up. Trayson with the fancy feet, still dodging to the side, but can't survive. Navi get that Drake. Mainta on his way down.
That roam already. He has the TP available, but he wants to just walk down. Yeah. He could TP back to top if he wants to, but he's not going to have the same amount of push that he had earlier in the laning phase. But across the board, Navi with advantages.
This is great actually for Navi because Relech is here. Supreme display of talent will knock Ice down and he is melted. So good. You're going in with the quickness. You have this big AoE attack speed buff for your team. You can also pop a Zeke's on the Rakan and you can be very happy.
Oh yeah.
With that ultimate ability haste coming out. Shale Looking here as LEC goes back into previous player talent onto Sheo. They know he doesn't have the clone, but the shockwave will come out from Seven, and LEC has to get out. The quickness, cyclone from Sheo to stop Paris getting the charm. LEC can jump out of the back of the pit, and Paris can follow him if he stays close enough. Okay, there we are. Paris will just use the grand entrance to escape, but that should be returned over to Heretics. Sheo is low. Navi are TPing in. Double TP is coming out from either team as Heretics look to take a fight around this. LEC solo, Paris diving away, Poby in the back of the pit, Mainta on that front line, going in onto Sheo. Smite comes out, it's LEC that gets it. Mainta is going to do a lot of work here on the front line. Sten pulled back with the all-out. Tracing going in with the equalizer, but he doesn't have the follow-up damage. Has to flash away from Mainta as they look for I can't get his name. In the lanes, Poby be able to take this tier 1 on the top side with the Rico charging in. Does have teleport, as you say, but do you have to take the fight? The answer is decidedly no for now. You don't have control
Finished
of that.
on ice.
Fear
Ulti,
not.
which means that that is a big ulti that is unavailable. But the reality is that they have the numbers, and there should be an uncontested dragon. But Heretics is going to contest.
Look at that backline with the Magma Storm. Poby able to Empress divide them away. Mainta going in for a little bit more. Seven kills Paris, but Sten's already gone. And Samdi still full HP on that backline, able to step forward. Does take a chunk as he goes in, but Navi will happily accept that trade. 2 for 1. 3 if you include Trace in a moment ago, and the third dragon of the game.
Heretics really tried to catch the backline of Navi off guard. They thought maybe if we can shut them down before the fight really starts, we can turn this in.
I really wanted to focus on, and then I remember the rest of the team kind of knew, and we'll see this catch it. I mean, what more can you say? This Kiana is pretty beefy right now. Tracing not really much he could do there other than not walking. Which was changed slightly. Does still give you that ward clearing passive, but also gives you a big burst of damage. Poby puts in this control ward, and Heretics really struggling to find any purchase. Oh, Sten going into the pit here. That is not good. That horse is going to the glue factory, I'm afraid. Magna Storm out, but he's sent packing by LEC and Poby. And now Navi with a man advantage can start the soul fight.
I question what the game plan was there. I imagine he was looking for a flank and he just didn't expect LEC to be in the tri-brush. Now Mainta acts as the wall once again.
Yeah, Sheo has to use the Cyclone just to keep Mainta at bay. He dives back in, the Emperor's Divide coming out of the LEC. So low, already taken out with the Equalizer. Paris trying to dive into the backline. Sandy's still untouched. Poby on the Dragon, Sheo falling, but the jungler's dead. Heretics, Seven and Ice left alive to try and steal, but they can't get in. And Poby gets the soul.
Both junglers end up dropping. Overall, Navi have given an impressive debut.
Yeah.
Sure, there are a couple things you can point out, but ultimately they've punished the mistakes that we've been seeing from Heretics. They've controlled the map well, their vision setups have been good, and Mainta seems very eager to just be present on their map, being spotted on that bot wave, with Mainta also keeping that top lane pushed in. Now with the Baron, they can set their sights on these tier 2 towers.
Every time I see that crystalline overgrowth, if it's been there for a little while, it's just an absolute chunk of a tower. Sandy stepping forward, looking for this tier 2 in the mid lane. Sten looking for a flank position, but can't quite find it. Last time we went for one of these, died at Van Dragon. 10,000.
A very tanky Cassante helping lead the way forward for his team.
That's the teleport shield sitting on him right now. Koenig Rukun just expiring. Based off your max HP, so that TP shield, very powerful when you are stacking health like this. Does fall off. Navi still get the tower. Meanwhile, LEC is just up in the top side. How are you going to deal with me? He's going to take an inhib tower by himself here. So perhaps the idea of putting the Kiana in the side rather than the Cassante working out there for Navi. Paris heals to get away from the clutches of Sten and Sheo. Now with the Sun Disc down and the inhibitor down in the top lane, Navi can readdress exactly where they want their forces to be. Still 4 on the bot side. LEC has a way.
So he was in range and then he flashed in front of it to try and to get the knockup, but they flashed at the same time.
Flash ult dash coming out from Sandy. Sheo looking for the steal here. Poby's over the wall. The Elder's already down. Emperor's Divide comes out and pop goes the clone. And following it up, Sheo will fall. The Equalizer comes out. Seren getting chased out by Paris. LEC flashing it, looking for the fight. As Heretics do actually have an option to go in for a little bit more.
Bot lane though.
Bot lane Poby's pushing in. LEC is going to be able to get himself back to base, and now Heretics. It's last legs, and I'm pretty sure that leg's been amputated at the knee. Nothing really left for them to stand on. Mainta can just push it. Like, he can tank this tower for days with an Elder Drake for the next 2 minutes. it is impossible for Heretics to defend.
Yeah, they're also a man down. Relech is going to make his way back towards the team.
No, he's not. He's got Razor Beaks to farm.
Yeah, I don't know why he's farming Razor Beaks.
Because if their camps are up, you must take them. I was looking for a rhyme, and the only one I could think of was not appropriate.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're going to back. I mean, I guess it's fine if they're going to back. In the middle lane, they've got 3 inhibitors secured.
And Elder for another minute. Yep. As you say, should be all done, but the Nexus falling. 2 Nexus towers stand in their way. They've taken the other 9 on the map. Super minions on the bot side show. Oh, man, like, I've watched Sven do a flank like this, and it didn't work for him. He looked for it, and now he's going to base. 30 seconds left on the Elder. Na'Vi will want these 2 waves to crash as quickly as possible so they can take a fight with that buff still up. Sten stepping forward, double Magnet Storm into the equalizer, but they just don't have the damage. The horse is no more. Good damage on Sandy with that shockwave coming out. Tracing pops the stopwatch to try and survive. Palace force low, but now Tracing gets caught with the all-out, and he'll die to the laser. The Elder Dragon smiting his foes. Na'Vi a triple for Relech, and the Nexus in their eyes. Ice Force back to the fountain, and Na'Vi in dominating fashion will claim their first win of 2020.
While this composition looks fantastic with the Alistar, the Victor, the Yunara, if Vitality are forced to approach, it doesn't feel like it has a lot of proactive options of their own outside of
is around.
Okay, here we go. 1,000 damage. Everybody ready? Here comes 1,000. Oh, 1,000 damage. It might be enough. Mickey's going to take the kill. He's going to wait. He's going to donate it. They're taking their sweet time. He flashed from Schemes. First blood to SK.
I need a map.
Unfortunately for Wonder, not able to defend with the crystals.
Those crystals. I love those crystals. They're so satisfying.
All right, calm down, Walter White. Let's see. Leader. Dead! There's the Pantheon engaged.
I want one more.
Don't say it, brothers.
Yeah. I do think with the Mbessa and the Aatrox, you kind of find skill more, but here, Fleshy going in.
Cleanse, flashback to knock up. Excellent from Fleshy. Lince is there to follow. You'll be looking for an extra second, but it does not matter. Comet Spear going to connect to finish that one.
Fantastic prediction there by Fleshy. Catches Yopa out, even though he uses all his summoners, but Mickey behind Humanoid.
Trying to backstep. Ulti down for the Victor. Mickey taking his time to walk in. Headbutt fold. That's the combo. A little bit extra damage from the Storm there. Kane. Leader wants to follow up. Finally, the flash in. Bit unnecessary for Mickey, but manages to get it done. Schemes on the way top. Initial interrupt coming in from Knock Knock. Oh, and they no longer want. Well, they burned so many sums in that sequence of plays. Now, the good news is Blackfire Torch is completed as Wonder now in trouble, trying to dash his way out to safety. Public execution not quite there. Lince is now on a killing spree. SK trying to fire back on the bottom side of the map. Carzzy flashing out to safety. Stun connect from Mickey. Schemes! The shock blast, not quite 1,000, but enough to secure it.
It's getting there, but a bit questionable there by Carzzy. Blades to get some gold into Yopa, and it really feels like Yopa and Schemes are their 2 kind of big players here that they're able to invest a lot of gold into, but
so tricky if he is able to find that flank. Wonder.
Oh. Carzzy is playing with no fear as he has Linces behind him.
Linces moving in. Ulti not going to do anything for Wonder as he goes down.
SK looking for a
clean pickup on the side. Knocko now going to be in trouble. See if he can outplay this one. Ulti to get the move speed to try to make his way away to safety. Huge healing coming in. He needs one more auto to get it out. Not enough to keep him standing. SK able to grab a kill on the top side.
It's valiant effort by Knocko there, trying to flash away and buy as much time as possible. But there's just too much damage. Especially on this jungle Jace, wow. So much damage.
If we leave this cast and I find out that no one has ever played this book and you're the one gaslighting me, I'm going to be so upset. Yes, jungle Jace doing decent damage. Credit to Knocko. Thunder Sky obviously nerfed a bit, but healing wasn't enough to keep him all the way topped up, all the way healthy there. So, for the people, immediately going to get nerfed. Okay, we see how it is.
Okay.
Finds an angle, doesn't get any initial damage down, but Fleshy now trying to chase and follow. Mickey looking for the interrupt. His leader's living for a damn long time. Humanoid forced back. The stun from Mickey still manages to connect. In goes Scheme. So much damage to follow with the public execution. Now Linces, the one who's caught out Vitality a bit over eager, but Carzzy finally arrives to the fight. Still, Mickey unbreakable as Linces tries to get out and manages to get shut down. Yopa finding the kill. Vitality on the retreat.
And Vitality bit off too much.
Yeah. As you said, faster on the collapse now, and the Vandal Pipes, no matter how cheap they are, did not make the difference in that fight, sadly, for Fleshy. As I think Humanoid just went a little bit too early. That moment of miscoordination now as the wall's been laid down. Yopa has to keep an eye on the shove, but it does go to Mickey, and down he goes. A tier 1 going to fall as well, and Vitality right back in control. even after that right back in control. Wonder is going to get some gold on the side lane, which will start to diminish some of Knock-Knocko's individual lead. But of course, 2 Drakes.
We might see it on Humanoid because he has no armor.
Okay. I eagerly await the 1,000 damage. But of course, yes, Bastion Breaker can do a massive amount of work. Wonder, though, going to kick the fight off immediately. Yappa not able to get in quite yet, but Wonder alone making a decent amount of damage happen to the backside of the map. Skeen's now retreating. Wonder trying to get away as he may have overcommitted. Mickey backing off as well. Has already used the ultimate, so he's starting to fall very quickly. Yopa's ulti still going, but Knock-Knocko just continues to push forward. Herald finally dropped. Wonder caught out. Humanoid finding his target.
And it's back and forth here as both Vitality and SK inches apart. Vitality is so low here. They want to look towards the dragon, but Humanoid looking for a flick.
This is such a risky face check. Knock-Knocko in these extended fights, the sheer amount of sustain, even without access to the ultimate. Of course, Steric's gauge was popped, so he could be a little bit vulnerable. Powered recall there for Humanoid will be back on the map pretty dang quickly.
Yeah, Carsey decided to join him as well. As Humanoid looking to ult on mid lane here on the leader with the
coming in as well. Linces though pretty low. Aegis Assault not going to face the Victor, but it might not matter. Leader finally able to get one back. Fleshy. Backdash to stay safe, but Jabu's been exhausted. Jabu in the midst of the fight. Now Skeens is going to be in trouble as well. Vitality just dissect SK in the mid lane.
And it's Humanoid at the helm engaging alongside Linces. They find leader and that leads into Yopa and Skeens falling as well. And that might just be Baron Nashor.
Certainly seems that way. Huge advantage in the previous fight. And again, you said it. We knew the semi-global composition could be difficult for SK to play against, but beautifully piloted by Humanoid and Linces. The rest of the team collapsing. Mickey and Wonder.
They want to try their ults here. It's a 2v4.
Maybe just
Wonder
hoping for some exit kills.
Might look ulti in here. Fleshy's very low.
Through.
TP onto leader.
Mickey has smite. He's just going to ulti, going to go for the punt. Public execution. Fleshy immediately flashes out. Leader now into the back of the pit. The objective getting lower and lower. Knock-Knocko wants to finish it. Who's going to get the Baron? SK want to get it done. Leader, one more auto. 86 out. Oh! In the nick of time. Linces is there. Oh my God, it was not clean, but it was a hell of a joy to watch. Vitality get the Baron.
Linces is their savior.
Not 1,000 damage, but pretty good.
Pretty good damage.
Frankly, that's all that matters.
Well, it looks like they're going to fight over this dragon, though.
Decent shock blast. Carsey chunked out.
Yeah, some good poke here from Skeens.
Still engages there, but Humanoid now zoning away most of SK. Likely that they just have to concede this now. It's Mickey who's been caught out. Blast Cone not going to do much, and down goes Mickey. 3 Drakes as well makes the rest of the game pretty easy in terms of how you want to plan out around objectives. That said, Leader has been power farming a lot for the last few minutes of the game, finally ahead of Humanoid in terms of overall gold. Of course, the only one on his team is Knock-Knocko as well, starting to recover his lead. Wonder finding the catch out of the Knock-Knocko, a little bit extra healing coming in, but down goes Knock-Knocko on side. That's going to cost. Obviously, kind of changed the story of the game for either side. Humanoid has been dominant in this mid lane matchup for so long, but a good fight from Leader could change the story. And it was Carsey falling behind earlier on, but now it's him with the lead. Wonder this time looks like he is going to get caught out again on side lane. Weaver's wall coming in as well from Humanoid. TP coming in, but it might be a bit too late. Wonder goes unstoppable for a brief moment to get away from the knockback, but he's already dead. Can't stop the damage. Knock-Knocko now going to be in trouble as well, but he does still have the flash to take him away. Leader trying to finish the kill. The Q auto, not enough! As Mickey's in the back line, but there's just no follow-up. Humanoid going in. Knockback doesn't quite hit. Leader goes golden for a brief moment, but Lince is already backing away with the Aegis Assault. Humanoid pulling away as well. Carsey punted back, but Mickey doesn't have the ulti anymore. One more auto, and down he goes. SK still in the fight, but losing members left and right.
Yeah, Vitality and try to contest with the Nash, but they're very late here.
Dragons are a bit more tanky, but Linces and Human are just so far into the game. It's a difference of a couple seconds. So the window of opportunity for SK to make something out of this, Vitality's kind of attention split is now completely disappeared as Humanoid thinks it will decide the game, and that might be this play right here. As Vitality have started the objective, Phaelite picked up, Wall coming in from Humanoid to try to split the team off. Mickey moving over, but lost Celestial opposition to the wall, it looks like, as Mickey tries to get something done. Baron already down. SK betting it all on this fight as Fleshy tries to go out. Public execution in the backside of the fight. Yopa untouched for now, but he's not really able to auto-attack quite yet. A little bit more damage onto Humanoid. Humanoid finally going to go down, but just barely as Lince starts to body block. But it looks like Yunara might be ready to take over. Never mind. Carsey is there. The damage is there. Try to sell it all you want, but ultimately SK just getting cut to pieces. Vitality taking out the Baron and effortlessly taking the fight. All it costs them is Humanoid.
Yeah, Vitality found the fight they were looking for. It was a valiant effort by SK as they were able to pick off Humanoid, and it looked like they might be able to get into their paces, but they just didn't have the damage. Yopa ended up falling, and now it's a Nash for Vitality. They're going to push in this mid lane. And Cars even Valkyrie forward here. Forces the flash from Mickey.
That's a lot of damage.
And while the game will not end here, it's really on Vitality.
Voice check we've ever done on Cars.
Yeah.
I was expecting for something a bit more unhinged, but disciplined in the moments that matter. 1.7 individual gold lead.
And a good bounce back from him.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of a tough early game, but now doing a lot of damage in these team fights.
Scaling pretty comfortable. Yopa has to be careful about stepping too far forward. Doesn't really have any luxury defensive items of his own. Humanoid pushing in the mid lane. Rest of Vitality on the top side of the map. Leader finally getting some Magic Pen in the build, but I just don't think it's going to matter.
Really see the value of this Ocean Soul as Carsey and Naknako continue to step forward, and even if they get chunked, they don't really have to worry about it.
Mickey going in, forced ult early on, flashing out, gonna follow, finds the two-man knock-up, there goes Carsey, instantly everybody dies! Vitality! Clean combo, Fleshy playing damn well this game. Quick to punish those initial engages, those overconfident engages. Of course, for SK, it was hard to find the right angle. They chose to look anyway, and Vitality back and forth in the early game, but ever since that first Baron, even though it was messy, they have been in full control.
And what a game from Fleshy. He was my biggest question mark with this roster, and he had a stellar performance against Mickey X, of all people. Wow, Vitality had their number today.
A good look for this Vitality lineup, and I think an important bounce back for Humanoid when we saw
Big for success.
Also, as a side note before we get into the game, shout out to all the KC fans here, because normally they're contested, and they will now have to cheer for every play that happens for the entire game. Lulu is now flashed to the side from Yike, wants to get in and steal, but that's the objective secured by Yukino. Yahoo's stepping in, but remember, he doesn't have access to the ultimate. Busio waiting off to the side.
Doesn't have any follow-up.
He's just not afraid to hook! Flash away from Busio. Q, ticking, Common, Camilo out of nowhere! The Smile Bros keeping it going as Bliss now wants to get a kill back. Prime ready to body block. KCB in the lead!
But they're recalling a little bit too deep here.
Camilo, nice sidestep. Faster while he's close to wall. Trying to sidestep, trying to get tricky. Flick back, forcing the flash out of Kalist. If he makes it out of this.
No way.
Sidestep again. Getting tricky. Camilo. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Mystic shot hits. KC get there. Busio.
No?
Ballbreaker is going to connect. Ready for the follow-up. But Busio just barely able to make it out. Instant follow coming up from Yukino. With the cease and desist is Yukino now might be in trouble. Yike got a decent amount of damage. That is going to be the ulti pops. Yukino still hitting hard here. The pushback finally coming in. Yahoo finding his way into the midst of the fight. It's a close exchange. Camilo now involved as well. Needs a bit more damage. Front-end volley. Yahoo getting very low. The flick does manage to connect. Camilo gets him.
Oh, good sidestep by Camilo there. He's going to get the Talia passive. Look to try to catch Yike with the flick. Let's see if he can land it.
Extra movement speed. The flick.
He lands it.
Camilo! Both of these junglers, both only a couple hundred gold away, you would assume, as I believe the combined cost is 500.
It's going to be a second dragon for KCB here. We'll see what the soul ends up being, but very good objective start for them. It's going to afford...
Moving in on Camilo. Extra movement speed not quite there. Yahoo wants the extra damage down. Camilo flashing out. Yukino there to cover. True shot gets him! Sniped! This is a guy who, while he hasn't made it to this stage before, has been grinding League of Legends competitive in Tier 2, Tier 3, wherever, since like 2015.
Yeah.
So no stranger, I think, to the pressure of a stage. See if it works out, though, because a perfect setup from Busio means it should be an easy kill onto Camilo, but Yukino is there to body block, and Camilo's making it out thus far. Yike might just fall down. Camilo's still standing. Arrow over the wall. Good damage to follow. KCB not afraid to fight fire with fire.
And the KC Blue are fighting back. They're
From
getting...
Kana. Flash away as Yahoo now goes into the bottom. Again, gets the pushback. Flashes over the flick. Nice mechanics. The KC mid laner.
The language barrier made it hard for him to play as on the same page as with the rest of his team.
Ulti from Kalist does also cancel Hazel in the mid lane. Wanted to reset, but was not able to. So quick Drake pickup to Vards. Pretty damn vulnerable coming into the next fight as Yahoo might still be in trouble. That's the ulti, the cease and desist, the flash forward, the flick back, and down goes Azir. Lucio is here, however, doesn't really have the damage, but the rest of the team is still on the way. Stun gonna hit. Camilo will just get traded back as there's a TP to the top side. Maybe looking to follow up as the Scuttle Crab does go down. Dragon has spawned, would be third for KCB, second for KC. Engage on Kana is decent, but again, he's just so damn tanky. He's built entirely armor up till now, and there's just not really enough damage from Camilo to cut through that health bar. Yukino keeping his eyes on the objective as Tao's ulti starts to fade. Camilo on the flank, but KC grouped up as 5. Lucio and Kalist split from the rest of the team. Tao trying to go over, but he gets blocked by the wall. Q now coming through the full channel. Yukino gets cut out. Kalist completely untouched, but they do manage to take out Yahoo. Good ulti coming in from the forest. Hazel connecting, but it's Kana in the back like a bunch. Hazel doesn't miss, but it doesn't take him out of the decimating smash by Pixels. However, it does not matter. Kana grabs that one. Tao still going. Kalist going forward, it just does not matter. KC taking out KCB, they'll get the Drake.
And KC cleaned them up. It's a valiant effort by KCB. I love Yukino's engage, but it's just not enough. They don't have the damage. Went for the flash Q onto Yahoo. He chained it into the ultimate, and Yahoo dies
There
here
is
with
no
a
tank. There is no tank, so man's trying to hit like a truck.
Yeah.
Gotta respect it. Starting the objective, seeing Kalist on the bottom side. Kalist no TP, no way coming to the fight, but Tao, if he lives a few more seconds, might be able to get them a little bit more. Goes in, Q3, doesn't matter as KC grabbed the kill, but again, all he needed to do was give a bit more time, give a bit more space. Now it's the TP coming in. Temper Fate, gonna connect on Hazel, the perfect target. Stun lined up, but it does not hit, crucially. Ulti coming in from Hazel, does connect, immediately gonna be Mikhail's from Lucio. Now it's 3K on the objective. Yukino wants to go for the 50-50, they need a bit more damage on the objective, and Yukino manages to get it! The debut LEC game. Not ideal to lose his life. With Mikhail's there for Lucio, once it comes off cooldown, Hazel has to be really scared. His only defensive tool is that ultimate. If he's ever caught alone when there's Mikhail's to cleanse that ulti, nothing he can do is Tao is now learning firsthand why he doesn't want to be in silent, but there's a bit of extra healing coming in. Another stun from Lucio, however. Means Yahoo grabs the kill.
Some great stuns by Lucio there as they find Tao on the side. The crowd goes, Yahoo! Yahoo! Wow!
I wonder how long before we get in trouble for that. Kalist. Knock up there, but there's no immediate follow-up. You can know debating if he can go anywhere. The ball breaker, big damage. As that's the ulti out from Hazel. They do manage to get the Zhonya's here, but there's really no room for anyone on KCB to follow up as Kana just kind of going to full channel in their face. Tank the tower. 3 champions are hitting him. The flick back finally there. He's Mikhail's. They'll finally kill Kana, but Kana wants more blood. He's not done yet. His second life will end like the first. But it does mean that KC, despite not having a Baron at all.
Yeah, I think for an ERL roster, this team is very, very exciting.
Very scary. Yukino now caught out. That's the GA utilized. Yahoo waiting off on the side. Yukino down. His first LEC caster curse, wow. And we were here for it. We did that, Jack.
Yeah.
It's our fault he died, specifically us. As, oh, Tao trying to get tricky with it. Lots of good healing, but the CC is very effective.
Yeah. The healing,
that is.
he doesn't want no Yahoo!
Nope, don't want to mess with that guy.
No.
Very scary plumber. Yahoo.
Ow,
special?
Yeah, this is straight out of Bowser's playbook.
There it is, the Ezreal ulti too. Okay, Camilo finally flashing. Lucio now on the way. Camilo can't stand next to any wall, which is tough because there's so many of them. Oh man, they're just using everything. Goodbye, Camilo.
He had a good run.
It was a good run. 07, brother. Yep. All right, that's Soul. Yep. Which, if Sion already wasn't unkillable. All right.
I always went for the Infinity.
Infinity is crazy. What about 2 Infinity? How about that one, buddy? KCB, one final hold.
The barrier.
Yeah, big shield. Also the locket.
Yeah, actually, they went a bit crazy there. He had Edge of Night, and they used barrier and locket. Bit of nerves, maybe, playing in.
Just don't want him to take damage. Yeah. Round of applause
forcing them
for someone.
For KC, really.
For KC, really.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to KC as an org. Like, I think they're an org that KC fans love. A lot of people who aren't KC fans love to hate. But, like, it's pretty impressive. You have 2 teams on an LEC stage right now.
Yep.
Because now it looks like you're going to have 1 team with a Baron. And that is the KC main roster. KCB looking for a steal, but Yahoo answered, and the answer was no.
Well, KC gonna look to run down mid here with the Baron Nashor, with Tao down, with Yahoo. People are gonna get so bored of this.
No, you just keep going. It'll come full circle. Woo! I just keep going, guys. It's the start of the year.
Yeah.
People are salty already. They need a longer break, you know? I missed it. As KC are on the cusp of simultaneously losing and winning this game.
Yeah. So this looks to poke them down with the Baron Nashor minions. Kana level 20 here.
Dang.
Really showing that top lane impact that Finn has been talking about so much.
Roll, Yukino tries to find the angle. Flash forward. Kana is going to get flicked back. Initial engage looks actually pretty decent. Yukino goes right in. Boostio makes them all go golden. Callista's so far untouched. Going to try to fire back with a decent amount of damage, but Yukino just doesn't do enough to kill the Ezreal.
There was a valiant effort.
Forced back. Ulti still up from Kana. He is finally going to use it. Flick from Camilla is not going to connect. Yike locked up, but it doesn't matter. KC have won. I'll check as we go. Oh yeah, we'll keep yapping in the meantime. I'm excited to see the Lulu. I think Alvaro we got used to see.
He not faltered, but couldn't contend with someone like Caps and how he moved around.
Knock up back in the towers. Protecting the tower shot is disastrous because Skewmon is already here. A quick first blood. That's the Unari. You said had to carry, Jack.
Yeah, really good gank here by Skewmon as LeBron finds the flash Q. Skewmon's lapped around and MCOY's bot lane.
Jojo.
Oh my god, he TP'd. Oh my god. Oh my god, he TP'd, bro. He tried to...
Should get easier too after this first component, as you highlighted earlier on. Although it looks like it might be an Essence Reaver game.
Could be. Triforce and Mana Mute.
Courtesy of the wave that you highlighted earlier, where he was able to stick around a little bit longer than anticipated, as Supa keeps the pressure up here on the bottom side. Again, happy to just move in.
Oh, Skewmon, no flash.
Push back, nice initial interrupt. Jojo now going to do a flash forward, instantaneous ulti. The Cyclone finding 1, finding 2. Both Caps and Skewmon pick up a kill. But the Dragon is the main objective here for MCOY, and they have already started it.
Yeah.
Skewmon wants to cover his bottom lane, so will have to concede that second break. The Herald go down does mean that it's Supa knocking this down. So extra gold for him, 1.7. Only a single death on that scoreline. But maybe more to come as G2 poke their head in. Looking to contest this third Drake. Don't have great position, but Broken Blade is on the flank. However, no Rage, no Fury stack. Can't go for that ulti, so they are just forced to concede. Soul point for MCOY. The next Dragon G2 will essentially be forced to fight for, and now it's maybe Broken Blade who's stuck around a bit too long. Can go Mega, look for a Gnar back to the wall, instead tries to throw them out. Wall up to lock up El Yo-Yo, hoping to make it out, but the health bar's fading, and down he goes. Skewmon in the meantime trying to take out Jojo. Good flash from Jojo, but LeBron fires right back, knocking him into the waiting arms of Hans Sama. The turret kills LeBron. Skewmon takes out Jojo.
It's a 1-for-1, but it's MCOY that comes out swinging here. They get the bot tower, they get the third Dragon, and they feel firmly in control of this game. As you can see, these shock blasts continue to poke out G2 and make it so hard for them to try to enter any new space.
Skewmon on the way top. Alvaro sneaking his head in because he's got Mirwin on the way up as well. Cap's gonna break another tower. Objectives falling left and right. Gold lead still about 2,000.
Unless Broken Blade can get an ulti on him, it's so. Oh, Jojo.
Catch out Jojo. Jojo stunned. Looks like he is just going to fall here. Ulti comes in. That's the wild growth on the Jojo team. Skewmon now trying to follow up. Immediately going to get Polymorph. LeBron on the way in, but he's not in range to go for the head. But Pulverize, and now it's Supa's turn to take over. The flash forward. Broken Blade running. They want nothing to do with this AD carry. They thought they caught Jojo, but it looks like Supa has caught them. MCOY dissecting this G2 collapse, making it look effortless. And Supa,
yeah, they're just going to be able to zone G2 away.
But you can see Skewmon just committed to hiding in that brush, looking for a flank. It does get spotted by the ward. MCOY disciplined in the setup. Something we saw, I'd say, inconsistently last year. Good to see in this game. Jojo uses the wall, splits off Skewmon and LeBron. Will force the clone out if he wants to contest. Skewmon go for the 50-50, but El Yo-Yo manages to secure it. That's the mountain. And the sign for MCOY to pull the trigger. Spinning in the back line is Skumon, but it doesn't matter because there's just no follow-up. Dashing forward, it's Supa! The slow from Vocablade enough to give him a bit of space to try and escape. Meanwhile, it's Cavs versus Mirwin in the mid lane. Neither's not going to be able to kill each other. It's Vocablade about to go Mega, but just gets flicked back and taken out. MCOY.
It's surgical, it's precise. MCOY are waiting when they need to. They're disciplined and patient. And G2 are the one who suffers for it. Now a 7,000 gold lead for MCOY with the Mountain Soul. LeBron is gonna fall as well.
Rob.
Feels like GG.
All right, 70% of you said G2. Now is the time to apologize. It would seem as MCOY are smacking them.
Yeah.
7.7 thousand gold lead. Yeah.
Now Skumon might look for a play on bot side here. Still no ulti though.
Pune.
Jojo is overstaying here a bit.
Should just go down. Tries to anticipate where Skumon is going to be in flick. Flash away. A little extra movement speed. The slow is there, but Skumon takes out Jojo.
Baron power play. As you really want them to be able to get a little bit more with this Nash. And maybe even potentially break inhibs. But I mean, I say that, but they have a 9,000 gold lead. So it's not like they're sad, but I think it's slowed down the game pacing a little bit as now MCOY looks to break down some of these tier 2s.
T2, let's see if they can mount defense. That's just the tier 2s are like paper. They're just going to get deleted there. Good news is the top side one doesn't have any of the crystalline overgrowth really built up, as the first one was only taken down moments ago. That said, it does not matter. We're looking for a potential flank from LeBron, from Caps. Although the later the game goes, the higher the stakes are on those kind of Azir flank moments.
Receive the 1,000 damage shock blast.
Good reminder, extra armor does help. Jojo goes golden to dodge the pushback. Cap still standing for an extra second here, but Jojo 2 is going to desperately try and finish the kill. Flick back is there. Cap still living. Jojo flashes forward. Cap looks for an extra second, but then gets knocked back in the final moments. Rest of the fight still a little bit split. Super tries to chase down Alvaro, and there's also a fight happening in the mid lane. Jungle and top lane looking to chase down Hansama and Brokenblade.
Oh, 2 members down from G2. MCOY going to look to walk towards the Elder. I think that's just going to be Elder for MCOY. G2 has no way of really contesting them here. And now with the Nash spawning in 20 seconds, I mean, MCOY are having it all.
That they are. Got the cake, eating the cake. Don't know why you would have
the cake.
I don't know why you would have cake and not eat it, but
well, the idea is that you are eating it, but it still exists, you know? Like, it's not disappearing when you eat it. Like,
that's the idea?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, you know? Like, you can't keep it and eat it. If you eat it, it's gone.
Huh. Damn. All that philosophy you've been reading really paid off. I get it now. I understand. I just rolled my whole life saying that, thinking it was dumb, but just accepting that it was a thing that people said. I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But it is what it is. All right, as a side note, not trying to undermine MCOY's accomplishments here. They did get Elder and they did get Baron, but they are Goomba stomping.
Yeah.
Feels more apt to use that word now that we have in the league.
True. That's Alvaro.
Maybe caught up. That is going to be the initial knockup. Shotdown is going to as well. Skumon though needs to retreat. They actually do not want to fight. The pick was nice, but it will just be a 1-for-1. Now, in a different game state where they weren't catastrophically far behind, that could be the start of something. Instead, it's just delays MCOY a little bit. Another Shock Blast does connect.
Yeah. MCOY are still going to be looking to end this game with this Baron Nashor and this Elder. Just running it down. Let's see if they can do it.
Blade poking, hoping for that Meganar combo. Matsupa has Flash and Barrier. But no Alvaro this time. So maybe a chance as Hansama tries to poke. Rocket not connecting. Supa doesn't have ulti. These are just little things, little hopes as Caps goes for the push, and again it's Azania's! Right in time, Brokenblade wants to get anything done, but Supa now just wholly free to tear through the entire team! The Elder Dragon empowering him. It's a triple kill. They're ignoring Lebrov. And the G2 fans might have the MCOY fans outmatched in terms of quantity, but in terms of joy, the MCOY fans are absolutely winning this one. MCOY! Redemption in the best of ones. They take down G2.